Welcome to Power Conversations Podcast. This podcast features discussions of overcoming by faith and resilience with women who are breaking glass ceilings and excelling to higher heights despite their past circumstances. Brought to you by What's Your Superpower TV channel, we will interview several women from across the globe who have overcome adversity and pushed through to fulfill their purpose. Welcome, everyone, to Power Conversations Podcast. I am your host, Nadia Francois, and we are here today celebrating with the authors of the anthology, I Did It. So I am going to bring these ladies on. We have the visionary, Miss Wendy Rhodes.
Hello.
Hey, we have Dr. Vivian Wright.
Hello.
Shakira Treese or Trice. I'm sorry, I should have asked you before. Shakira.
Okay. Hi.
Miss Monique Bryant.
Hi.
Miss Loretta Warren.
Hello, everyone.
Miss Driana. Are you on mute? Unmute yourself, sweetie.
Yes, I was. Hi, everyone.
Hi. And Dr. Joe, how are you? All right, ladies. So welcome to Power Conversations Podcast. We are going to have a great conversation tonight about your upcoming book, I Did It. So we're going to start. I was just listening because it sounded like I heard a little feedback, but as well. We are going to start with introductions. Dr. Wendy, please start with your intro.
Can't hear you.
Hello, I am Wendy Banks Rhodes, and I am the visionary of this fabulous book, I Did It, Teen Mom Parent Success. I am CEO and founder of Beautifully Integrated with Love and Self-Love Redefined. And I am a transformational support coach where I help women and teen girls with traumatic situations where they learn to transform their mind, transition from a place of stagnation and fear to a place of tranquility and peace. And it is such a blessing to be here today. I also do motivational speaking, and I'm a 3-time best-selling author. So
awesome. Nice to meet you, Queen. Next, we have Dr. Vivian Wright. You can unmute, Queen. I'm sorry. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Vivian Wright. I am a first-time author. Excited about doing this. Love working with women. My ministry has always been with young women and helping them through the process. My doctorate is in performance psychology and leadership. And I'm just excited about changing the world the best I can through this book. And I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Vivian. Miss Shakira.
Hi, everybody. I am Shakira Trice. By trade, I am a DHR consultant, but my passion and purpose does lie in teen moms and teen girls trying to curtail the teenage pregnancy epidemic. And I am just so excited to be on this podcast. I don't know what to do. I'm excited about the book. I'm a first-time author, and so I'm just ready to see what all the good blessings will come from this opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Shakira. Miss Monique.
Monique Bryant. By trade, I'm a healthcare professional on many levels. Um, but I am inspiring to work with adults with mental health disabilities and chemical dependency, and to also work with a lot of young women in the community, just to help people in the community as a whole. And I'm happy to uh, be here. I'm excited about this. Is my first time writing a book, so I'm like really excited.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Queen. Miss Loretto.
Hey, how are you? My name is Loretta Warren. I am a patient financial advocate for one of the world renowned hospitals. I also am chief financial officer to an up and coming nonprofit organization for young teens. I am also a first time writer and was very excited about adding my story chapter to this collaboration.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Queen. Miss
Very welcome.
Triana.
Hello, everyone. My name is Driana Holland. I am a two-time self-published author, and I am also a part of the best-selling author campaign for Women Who Pray. And I decided to join on this adventure with Wendy because I am a teen parent who has gotten success. So I am the founder of I Matter. I Matter is a nonprofit geared towards mental health awareness for communities, minority communities at that. And then I also have a nonprofit for youth cheerleaders within the Tallahassee community. And we mentor them, we tutor them, and we make sure they're the best that they can be. So that's who I am. Oh, and I'm a military spouse with 3 kids. And that's like a whole job by itself. So that's why I'm heading home to them now. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Queen. And Dr. Joe, your intro. Dr. Joe, can you hear me? I know Dr. Joe have been having some technical difficulties, so we will come back to her once she comes available. So, ladies, let's get started. Y'all super excited about the release of this book. So, I'm going to allow Coach Wendy to tell us what brought about this topic or subject and made you come up with an anthology. You have to unmute.
Doing that. I just don't want my whole back.
Okay. I'll be trying to do it, but it won't let me.
I keep forgetting about it. Yeah. So anyway, this came about because I was actually opened up to be able to write my story, a chapter in a book called Blessed Not Broken, The Journey to Healing, under Tamara Mitchell Davis, the CEO wife. And it opened me up to be able to tell my story. And one day I was praying and I asked God, what is it that I wanted to do? Because so much of my life had been lost. And so I asked God, what is it that I really wanted to do? And he brought back to my remembrance of what I said as a teen mom about being able to help other teenagers and different things like that. And what God was telling me is that you successfully did this. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you was a teen mom, you were successful. And I'm like, yeah, I did do that. And so he gave me the vision. And I was scared to do it at first. I didn't want to be a visionary because I was like, I don't want no parts of that. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to do it afraid. And that's what ended up happening. And I just put it out there, and these ladies decided to join. And I asked God to send those that need to be on this project, and anybody that's not supposed to be on the project, then remove those that are not supposed to be on the project. And because this is all about him, it's glorifying him. and not us. This is for his people, for these teen girls to know that there are women out here that have done it and are successful. They defied the odds of what their parents said, what their friends said, what the family said, what the family's friends and the people down the street, around the corner in different states said about them. We defied the odds of what everybody else said. So I felt like, thank you, God, for giving me this assignment. And I want to do it with grace. So that's where it came from.
Awesome. I love that. I love it that you were obedient. I love your topic of selected topic of teen momhood, teen motherhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I will assume that all of you ladies were teen moms and you came to tell your story, which is something that we need to know. Like, your story is important and it can definitely help another woman going through, because we already know that in this world, there's nothing new under the sun. So things continue to happen. And the thing about it, in order for us to help the epidemic, it is important that we share, right? So I'm thankful for you ladies. Thank y'all so much for coming on today. We are going to have a good discussion about your new book. And so next, I'm going to go to Dr. Vivian, and I'm going to just kind of move in the order that you guys are on my screen. So don't think that I'm just, that's so I can stay organized and remember to let everyone have their turn. So I just want to put that out there. Don't think I'm trying to go to the same person over and over, but I'm going to try to just go in order that I see them so I don't get confused. But Dr. Vivian, tell us, when you saw the opportunity for this book, what came to your mind? We can't hear you, but you're not on mute, so I don't know what happened.
Yes. Okay.
All right,
That
good.
better?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that this is a godsend for me because to be able to, and just like everyone on this platform right now, to have lived that experience and overcame a lot of the obstacles that come with it. I don't think a lot of people realize with the inner battle that teen moms go through. So when this was presented to me to come on board, I just felt like it was a godsend. I felt like this was an answer to what I believe God has put in me. My testimony can help someone else. So I was excited about it.
Awesome. Awesome. And I want to get that same question. Shakira, how did you feel when you saw the opportunity to be a part of something that you have overcome or have come through?
I was actually hesitant. I was nervous, but I was also excited. I had just recently spoken at a church for a Mother's Day event, and so I had told a little piece of it, but it was just really freeing to really be able to just write it all out.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. And I'm going to ask one more lady, Miss Monique. How did you feel when you saw this opportunity to tell your story?
It definitely was God ordained. I've been told for years that I should tell my story, but that's something I didn't want to do. When I was presented with it, I prayed about it, and yeah, it was meant for me to do, and it was therapeutic. It was very therapeutic. I do want to be, and I've always had the desire to shed light on others who went through the same struggles as I have, or as others have, and just to let them know that there's a way out of a lot of things. Um, there's a way, and especially through prayer,
Yes.
So
Absolutely. Awesome. Good. So you all were pretty much, in my opinion, happy to see the outlet. And I'll just ask the next set of ladies, um, how did it feel to get your story out? Like, I know it isn't released yet, but with it being out of your system, because I'm a writer and an author as well, and the launch is like, you've already breathed prior to the launch, so the launch is more of a celebration, of the full book. But when you submit that story, you're like, oh my God, it's over. Oh, so I'm gonna get how you guys felt, you know, with that release. So I'm gonna start with Miss Loretta. Miss Loretta, how did it feel to get your story out, to get that release on?
Um, it was refreshing. Wow, and I really didn't know that I had so much to say. Actually, there's so much of my past. I feel that I was that type of person that I threw it over the shoulder. That's kind of how I was raised. You throw it
Yeah.
over the shoulder, you keep moving. So once I started writing, I mean, it was so much stuff. It was tears and laughter and just I laugh at things that maybe some people don't find funny, but I laugh because wow, I got through that, and it tickles me. I'm like, wow, God really brought me through. So when I was the time when I got it all together and rewrote and re-edited everything, and I was able to just send it over, I was like, thank you, Jesus. It was really a relief. Yes, it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Good. And Miss Driana, same question.
So for me, it's a little different. I had my first daughter when I was 18. And before that, I had a daughter, well, my god sister, when I was like 15. So it was just great to get out to the people that you can have kids and it's not a mistake, but you could also graduate college in 3.5 years with 2 kids and being married. It's not hard. It's just based on what you're trying to do in your life. So I was just excited about getting out those things, letting people know that just because you get pregnant does not mean that it's the end of your career, the end of your life. Babies are amazing. And my kids are everything I need. So that's why I did it.
Awesome. Awesome. And I'm going to come back to Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe, can you hear us? All right. Well, I don't know where Dr. Joey is. I'm going to give her a little more time, like I said. And I'll come back to the visionary. So, Coach Wendy, what was your feeling when you started to receive everyone's submissions? Because I know for a visionary, we anticipate that, right? We're like, I need them to get these stories in by this date, because the stories are the book, right? So that's when our work starts. And, reading, we are the ones that know everyone's story before they actually come together. So it's like, whoo, how was it when you got everyone's submissions and started going through them and dissecting those stories?
Well, I had some moments where I laughed. I had some moments that I just, I don't even have words. I don't have words. But what I can say that I'm thankful because each story is so different. And when I say mission accomplished, it wasn't my mission, but any teenage girl that gets pregnant can see herself in any one of these stories.
Mm.
They just have to pick which one that they really, really
Relate to.
can relate to. And
Mhm.
it's just amazing how everybody's story is just so different. Like, how did this start? How did we get here? How did we even get here? What was our mindset and how did we grow up? And it's kind of like that's the stuff you want to see. Like, what was it like? And I am a true visionary. I want to see it play out like a movie in a reel. When I read it, I want to be able to see it and dissect it. And when it don't make sense, I have to be like, before I even send it off, I'm gonna say, look, let us talk about this. Let's see. We going to the left, to the right. We gonna stay on track. Do you sound like you're angry? We don't want you to sound angry. You have a period where you can be angry and express your anger, but we are triumphant. If we are women who are successful at being teen mothers, your anger got to be gone. So
Right.
if your anger is not gone in the process of this, then this was the wrong book for you. Yeah.
I like
So
that.
yeah.
I like that because this is a publication to help ladies, and you have to have healed yourself really, you know, and so that is where it gets really, really sentimental, right? Because we know
Mhm.
that our story is really going to, if we're healed in our, because it's in healing is growth. In healing is
Yes.
growth. And if we are healed from the things that we have been through and are able to be a testimony to others, then it will surely do what God wants it to do. And that is show that He is with us through it all. There is nothing that God cannot bring us through. And I just want to once again, y'all, I did not know. So I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what the book was about until we got on here. So I'm like, ooh. So I am really intrigued by your subject because, of course, with anthologies, all the time we're just telling, a little our life or something that we went through. Of course, it is something that we went through, but this is really a needed subject that is not talked about a lot, right? But it is definitely something that affects our community tremendously. And myself, I personally feel like we definitely need to reach out to our younger generation because for some reason they tend to feel like we haven't been through anything or we don't know anything or they know everything or the internet holds the question to everything. And a good book will definitely curve that and let people know, look, this is real. And the best part about it is that you can make it through and be the woman
Right.
that you want to be outside of the stigma, right? Like outside of what everybody said you were going to be, outside of what, your family or your friends may have reacted when you first found out you were pregnant and stuff like that, right? Because I know I wasn't a teen mom, but I know several teen moms, and I know what they had to go through in order to just be able to accept the fact that they were a teen mom themselves, right? Because you have to realize your children going through that process. Like, even as a teenager, you are still an adolescent. So, yeah, I love it. Anyway, so I'll get off of the mic and I'm going to ask our next question. So, ladies, all right, your release is in what, 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Do you have anything planned? Do you have a release coming? And if you do, which I'm sure you do, tell me, what have you saved to bring to the release? Like, what feelings, what message, what are you anticipating for the release? And I'll start with Dr. Vivian.
Yes, for my release, I plan on doing a couple speaking engagements. I'm connecting with a youth group that often ministers to women that are teen moms. And I'm hoping to get some information out there, some good information, introduce myself and some of these other authors, and just uh, get excitement about the book, get them excited about the book, and let them know that, yes, you were in my place years ago. I was in your place years ago. And if I made it and I'm a success, you can be a success. So I'm going to keep on going with this momentum, getting some speaking engagements. Also getting out there and connecting through social media with my friends and family and their connections, and just get the word out the best I can.
Yes, absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely. And Miss Shakira, what are your plans?
Well, I have not actually nailed it down. I am thinking about doing a promo video though. That's I'm
Okay.
thinking about doing that to hype the book up, talk about the book, and just get it out there to my friends and family. And I know it's gonna be international because we're all in it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take us there. Put
Yes,
us
come on. We
out
claiming global. Yes, we claiming global. We claiming the global takeover with this, because
there. Yes.
really it is a national or international epidemic. There's teen pregnancy all over this world. And I'm gonna just break for a minute. We had some comments, y'all. I didn't have my comments on. Y'all gotta excuse me with the extra technical stuff I can do. I can do the straightforward stuff, but some of this stuff I get to forget and I get to run in my mouth. But we have some comments. We have some ladies on. Oh, one of my classmates, good friends, Sharon Davis. She says good evening. And yes, she was one of my schoolmates, classmates that was a part of teen pregnancy. And yes, she made it. Yes, she's commenting saying she's one of them. We also have Miss Betty Banks. Hi, Miss Betty. Thank you for joining us. She's shouting out Miss Loretta. We have Crystal May shouting out Miss Mo. Thank you, ladies, for joining us tonight. Of course, if you have any questions, any comments, continue to post with us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, y'all. So next, I want to know what well, I guess I can go ahead and let Miss my other three ladies answer that question. What are you doing to anticipate your release, Miss Loretta?
I put myself on mute the last time. Well, I was just at a gala. It was an induction for one of my cousins who he was just inducted into his high school hall of fame for success. So while there, I'm listening to everyone's story and my mind is rolling, and I'm reading the bios of the other inductees, and I'm thinking, like, these are people that I can reach out to, that their nonprofits and everything will benefit from these stories, because a lot of them work with the youth. And I heard a lot of people talking about, young ladies and foster systems. And I'm like, well, I'm going to start reaching out. I'm going to let these groups know about my book. And as I said, I'm also a CFO for an upcoming nonprofit for young ladies. And I plan on actually networking our book, ladies, through that network as well, because I'm quite sure it's going to touch, and hopefully not only does this book let teenagers know that you can succeed, but just the beginnings of each lady's story, and I don't know everyone's story, it may be a warning sign to maybe even prevent them from going that route, if that makes sense, So it's not only that we want to reach the ladies that may be pregnant or already have children, but if you can reach the ones that's thinking about it, to say, well, I know these ladies are successful, but maybe that's not the route I want to take right now. So I want to be more careful. So I think that's just as important. So
Right.
yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
Awesome. Amazing. Amazing. Miss Monique.
I plan on networking with a lot of people. I know quite a few people with organizations who work with young women, teenage girls. I do want to get. I want to get the point across, and I'm like Loretta. Whereas maybe if they, those who haven't experienced it, read the book and you'll see the warning signs.
Yeah.
You want to try to save as many of these babies as you can, because, a lot of them come from different backgrounds. Majority, 90% of the country is broken.
Yeah.
People don't want to admit that they're broken.
Right.
So, just to get across to as many as I can, that's what I plan on doing. And I plan on networking and try to, do some speaking. I do. I want to get out and network and just try to reach as many people as I can. So I plan on reaching out to quite a few people I know with different organizations who deal with these things, or those that's in the same
boat. Yeah.
Yes, and the same criteria.
Yes.
That's what I plan on doing, because, like I said, what I do, I am a owner of a company that works with adults with mental health disability, and it goes from all these things tie into each other. Either way it go, and people with chemical dependency, all this stuff ties in together.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely does, and it definitely starts. There's a root to everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. I like that. And Miss Driana, how do you plan to prepare for your release?
So my release is a little bit different from maybe some others. I've released books in the past. I committed to Wendy's vision because I believed in it. I believe that those people who I started as an 18-year-old with a daughter. Also, my story is a little bit different. I graduated in college in 3.5 years. So right now, I have a nonprofit of 175 youth. And I'm using that story that Wendy gave me to share with others, to share with those youth people that, you know what? You don't have to do the things that I did, but if you're going to do it, you got to do it this way. I didn't just, get pregnant when I was a teen. I decided that my child would not experience what I experienced. And that's, being in a 2-bedroom house, that's being, sometimes not having lights, that's having pests, roaches, whatever the case may be in your home. I am the epitome of a person who has survived and came out on the other side. So that's what I want to present to the 175 youth, that I have power over. So the story that Wendy allowed me to tell is a story that I am absolutely happy to tell, because not only did I get pregnant at a young age, I also decided to stay with the person who impregnated me. And I made him understand the fact that this is very important. My child, my daughter, would never go without having a father in her life because I did. My father is not in my life 100%. And I never wanted to do that to my kids. So I said yes to this project because I know the impact it will have on the children to come.
Awesome. I love it. Yes, ma'am. So you ladies have an awesome plan for this book. I love it so much. And also the reason that I asked you all that question is because I wanted to come to this statement that when one of you shares the story, you all are in that room, right? So when you are a part of an anthology, the stories keep going, keep going, keep going as far as any of you or all of you take it. Right. So I just wanted to pull that out to encourage you, y'all. Push this book. Don't stop. Myself, I am an avid believer in not dropping what we put our hands to, right? So after your release, don't put this book down and be like, okay, I released it. I'm good. We got it going. I can sell my few copies and I'm good. I got my money back. No, keep it going because it's the message more than it is the book, right? So, Dr. Wendy, Coach Wendy, I know I keep calling you doctor, but anytime doctor is in the thing, I end up calling everybody doctor. I'm sorry. So,
I receive it though. I receive it.
yes. Look, so I was going to say, if you aren't a doctor, that may be a hint that is coming. But, Coach Wendy, tell us, you have heard from your, well, first of all, how many authors is it total? Because I know everyone isn't here.
There is 12.
Awesome.
There's
Yes.
12.
Good. 12 wonderful stories, guys. October the 8th, I did it anthology. So, Dr. Wendy, anticipating the release of the book as the visionary, when you read these stories, I know you said that they were all so different, but they came together, right, to create this powerful book to encourage girls, teenagers to avoid teen pregnancy. This is amazing, guys. Give yourselves a clap. Give yourselves a clap because, it's hard to tell your story,
Yes, it is.
especially when it's one that's not so glorifying, right? And
Right.
so, being able to get out of your own way and realize that you can help someone or a lot of people, because there's power in numbers. The fact that you all came together um, is power in itself. And so when you put this book out to help these young women, what else was, I know it was hard for you to probably pick, because in these anthologies we have word counts, guys, so that's just for the audience that don't know. So we have word counts we have to stick to, so we can't just write our little hearts out. So how hard, ladies, was it to stick to your word count and know that part of your story was what was needed to be heard? And y'all can just chime in order. Dr. Vivian.
I was so mindful of making sure that I didn't go over. I actually, had my outlines like, okay, you're going to have this many words here and this many words. And so that's how I broke it down. Because if I didn't, it would have just went on and on and on.
Yes, I understand. Miss Loretta.
Yes, it was a lot of rewriting for me and a lot of rewording because, like I said, once I started writing, a lot of stuff came that I hadn't even thought about in 30 years. So you can't put it all in. So in my mind, when I got done, I was thinking to be continued. when I got to that word count. When I finally got it down, only thing I could think was all of this that I, took out, because I felt it was important to write the whole story in
Right.
order, and then pull out, what was most important and what was most impactful to the reader, for this. So that's what I did, but it was hard.
Yeah, it was hard to cut some stuff out. Yes, I understand. And Miss Monique.
It was very hard, very hard, because I have so much that I need to say. So I'm like, Loretta, to be continued. Because it's just so much you have to you need to say, but yeah, with the count, you gotta make it a minimum.
Yeah. And Miss Shakira.
Phew. I didn't even look at the count. I was just gone with the wind, just gone. Wendy called me and said, "You done wrote a whole book. What you doing?" I'm like, I just had to put it out there. I said, you can critique it how you want to. I just had to put it out there. But yeah, it's a continuation. Yes.
And Miss Driana. Unmute, honey bun.
No.
On. My mic was on mute. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right, great. So for me, I'm an author already. So I try to trim down my information to try to get to the core audience. So it was great. I had a good time. It was a little bit challenging trying to make sure the audience understood that being a teen parent, even if it's not early on in age in high school, but when you graduate from high school, that is still a big deal. Especially when you don't know who's going to have your back and who's going to be your team player or your village, especially when you're trying to go to college. So it was kind of interesting, but I enjoyed it.
Good. So yeah, ladies, y'all are everyone except Miss Driana is getting a taste of what authorship is like. So even when you are doing your own personal projects, which I'm sure some of you are going to do, because this is what anthologies do. They boost you up, they fill you up, and they make you hungry for more and make you want to do more independently with your brand, right? And so I know, I can't remember if any of you ladies had a business, or other than Miss Driana with her nonprofit, but had a business that was geared, and Coach Wendy, of course, the visionary. But if you had a business that was centered around your this topic or this subject of teen pregnancy, but even if you don't, as you grow, because with authorship, you are a business owner. You just became a business owner. So whether you want to take it in right now or you want to wait until October 8th, ladies, you are definitely a business owner with authorship, with your book, because it's never ending. Remember, books are a legacy. They are a legacy for you to leave for generations, So you have to consider that you need to continue to get this book out past, this year, past next year. You need to always have a plan to be able to produce your book when you go speak, when you go volunteer, because I did hear that most of you do your outreach within that industry. So, you have a really good tool to use. So I'm so proud of you ladies and so happy for you with the upcoming release of your book. And I'm going to ask Coach Wendy to just fill us in on any other information we need to know about the book, what campaigns or promotions or anything we need to be looking forward to supporting outside of course, purchasing the book. And then I will allow each of you ladies an opportunity to give a final thoughts to our audience. So, Coach Wendy, go right ahead.
Well, I am looking forward to book signings in several different states. First off, the one that we are going to do is in Birmingham, where Shakira lives. We're going to do a book signing in Birmingham. We're going to do a book signing in Cleveland, Ohio, and we are going to do one here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome.
There is a couple of the authors that are here in Nashville. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, so Loretta and Monique are in Cleveland, and Shakira is in Birmingham. Shadaria is the featured author. So she has a lot of connections down there. She's originally from Birmingham. So we'll be down there, and we got to find out how to get to you, Vivian. We got to get down there. We got to get down there.
And where is Vivian located?
I'm muted. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never been.
You're gonna be. You're
now
coming.
I know one person. I know one person in Omaha now. Yeah, but that's what we are going to do. That's definitely, we are going to do book signings. There is other things that are coming down the pike for these ladies, and I haven't unleashed it yet.
Gotcha.
But we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but I don't want to do a spoiler alert. Yeah.
No spoiler alerts, because we are always going to be tuned in, of course, trying to see how we can support and what's going on. Now, I did want to know if you all are doing a bestseller campaign.
We are. We may do like we may do a soft launch with the bestsellers.
Okay.
That's I don't really. I'm okay with doing the bestsellers. I am. I just don't want to put a lot of pressure on these ladies, because it can be a lot of pressure doing the bestsellers. But because this is a God ordained assignment, God is gonna make it happen regardless.
It's already a bestseller. Like I tell my authors all the time, listen, because you are doing the work of the Father, and he has put his hands on this project, it's already a bestseller. It is already one. And the thing about it is the fact that you have enough women to complete this. You really do. And so, but either way, like I said, you are already a bestseller. God has it. You guys are going to do great. This book is going to do great. And, it is what it is. We are always striving for the best. We are always reaching for the stars. So, like you said, either way, we are going to the top, right?
That's right. That's right. So, we are definitely going to the top.
Yes, ladies, at this time, you are welcome to give us your final thoughts. And you can also let us know how to follow you on social media. And if you have websites or anything like that, feel free to plug those in. I do have Dr. Josephine trying to get in. I know she's in a bad area. Dr. Josephine, can you hear me? Yeah, I think she's still trying to get her connection together. So if we let's see. Can you hear me?
knowing you guys are in and out, and my camera keep cutting off, and my phone
So
acting up.
leave your camera off. It may help with your. So while we got you, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick. Let us know who you are and where you're from, and how it felt to contribute to this book.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm Dr. Josephine Harris. I'm a psychotherapist, an international psychologist. Wow. This book has been a really, really blessing to me, and I can't thank Wendy enough. It has taught me a lot because I was a teen parent, and it's like I was having one child or another. So, can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
She left out again. But yeah, so ladies, we'll go ahead and give our final thoughts and contact information. Dr. Vivian, we'll start with you.
Yes, I'm gonna just give y'all a little spoiler, and a lot of mine's goes along with the ministry that God gave me, and so my scripture verse that I went with said, "You watched me as I was being formed in the utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb." That's in Psalms 139, and she was just another statistic that the world labeled destined for failure. This young girl was the second daughter of a fractured marriage conceived in darkness. The baby's first cry signaled her desire to be loved. Now, if you want to hear the rest, you got to buy the book. Now, if you want to get with me, my Instagram is right.vivian. I do have my Facebook that this is going to be running live on. That is Vivian Johnson Wright, but I also have another one that's set aside for this, and it's Dr. V Wright, and that's Dr. VEE Wright. So I look forward to communicating with everyone and giving little bits and pieces of this. And all these women are so awesome. And this is going to be a book that everyone is going to want to buy. That's all I got to say.
That's it.
Yes. Thank you, Queen.
Yes, thank you.
Miss Shakira.
Okay, guys. I did not tell you this before, but I do have a ministry for teen girls, and it's called Try More, TRIMOR, and it stems from my married name being Trice, and my maiden name is Morning, and so I came up with Try More. That's also I have a Facebook page with Try More, and then my main page is Shakira Morning Trice. And I just am so excited and can't wait to meet you all. I can't wait for all of this to unfold. I'm just excited.
Yes. Miss Monique.
Okay. Last thoughts.
Yes.
um, my saying is, we may bend, but we don't break.
Yes.
You can find me on Facebook, Monique Elmona Bryant. You can also find me on Instagram up under Moni Love #1 ATU at you.
All right. And Miss Loretta.
Okay. Miss Loretta is new to this game, proud to be a part of it. Last thoughts for me is live out loud with a purpose. We have a lot of young people, they doing a lot of living. But what is the purpose for what you're doing? So for me, that's where I come in. So I'm going to start living more loudly, and I'm going to make sure that there's always a purpose behind it. My group, I don't have a group. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. You can reach me on Facebook just by my name, Loretta Warren, nothing fancy. And there's more to come because this is a starter for me. But I'm proud to be a part of the book. I think it's going to be awesome. Miss Wendy is awesome. She's guided me through a lot of things. We help each other a lot. And just from talking to these ladies here and hearing the stories today, I'm so encouraged to get the book myself. I'm ready to
Awesome.
read.
Right.
Yes. So
Awesome.
God bless.
Yes. And Coach Wendy, your final thoughts.
Well, my final thoughts are healing is yours. It belongs to you, young, old, ugly, cute. Healing is yours, regardless to what your past says, your present situation or your past situation does not define who you are. You are destined for greatness. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. And don't let nobody else tell you differently. Live your life and be authentically you and be unapologetically you. And that's my message.
And
And
how do we connect with you and this book?
well, you can connect with me on Facebook at Wendy Banks Rhodes. I also have a support group called Self Love Redefined. And you can also connect with me on Instagram at Rhodes Wendy Banks and LinkedIn at Wendy Rhodes. And the Self Love Redefined came from traumas. It came from traumas. And where I just want people to just be authentically themselves and learn how to love themselves. All of these past situations and circumstances causes a person to lose their confidence, to lose themselves in the midst of it, and they can't find themselves. Well, I show you how self-love can be redefined. You learn how to love yourself all over again. I had to do it, but I had to do it through my testimonies.
Yes.
Through my
Yes.
testimonies.
I love it. I love it. You just gave us a word, girl. You done gave us a word here on the way out. I appreciate it. I really do. And I just wanted to once again thank you, ladies, for joining us. Thank you, guys in the audience, for joining us, for celebrating these women with me. I hear a little feedback. Let me see. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for coming on and supporting us tonight with your comments and your well wishes. Y'all got some wonderful congrats from the audience, and we are ready for this book. So, ladies, y'all continue to do what you are doing, continue to strive for the best, continue to want to heal our sisters and our babies. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And so I will get us out of here. I am your host, Nadia Francois, with Power Conversations podcast. We are super excited that you joined us tonight. We have new episodes every Thursday at 8 a.m. streaming from our all listening platforms via podcast. We also will stream this broadcast on our What's Your Superpower TV channel, YouTube, and Facebook pages. So thank you guys once again for joining us. Tune in for our next book discussion tomorrow right here on Aries International and What's Your Superpower TV. Thank you guys.